And I was in the situation where everybody else in the band is playing it from memory. But really, what forced me to memorize it was the concert we did the other day, which was outside and extremely windy. And I knew that if I had the music out there, I knew it was all going to blow away. So I went, well, okay, now's the time. I better learn this stuff. so sometimes that's what it takes. Necessity.
Vamos lá, as últimas perguntas, hein?
Saindo do contexto um pouco dos shows, né, que estão acontecendo agora, eu queria que você falasse um pouco sobre as suas influências, assim, de saxofonistas, quem são os grandes músicos que te inspiram e o que você tira deles, assim, do início até hoje, assim, o que...
Yeah, okay. Well, how many hours do we have? Let's see. No, it's hard to say, who's the biggest influence on me. I think probably Charlie Parker, because his language, the way the bebop language works, and the way the melody is connected to the harmony, is connected to the rhythm, is such a strong basis to play anything, And I started listening to him. I started playing the saxophone when I was 10. So, by the time I was 11 and 12, I was just listening to his records over and over and over and over again to try and get the language, and then trying to play along, which is how I got so much of the language, was just putting the records on, well, it was a record then. It actually was a vinyl record. I'm listening to Johnny Hodges, the guys in the Duke Ellington band. Johnny Hodges, Paul Gonsalves, Harry Carney, Lester Young is a huge influence, Sonny Rollins and John Coltrane, Wayne Shorter and Joe Henderson, Michael Brecker, Stan Getz. There's a long list. Gene Ammons, Ornette Coleman. I've tried to listen and understand the language of all these people to, so then I have the freedom to say whatever I want to say, as far as the saxophone. But I also, Miles and Thelonious Monk and what Duke Ellington played, and Charles Mingus and Stevie Wonder and Igor Stravinsky and Bela Bartok and Earth, Wind and Fire and Indian music. These are all some of the influences that I think about. Yeah.
I wanted to ask Chris, how's living from music on New York, the scene and everything? I know you already have all that figured out, but how is for musicians in New York? How's life living from music?
I mean, for the past year and a half, it was pretty quiet. We were all sitting at home. It's hard for me to say what it would be like now to move there as a young musician. When I first moved there, I felt like, wow, this is very, very difficult to just get into the scene. But if you keep trying and you're actually good at what you do, and you pay attention, and you learn as much as you can from everyone, then I think that there's a place for really great musicians anywhere. The way that I see it now is that the community of musicians, the community of jazz musicians, it's like a little town inside of New York, and it really is a community, and maybe some people are closer to other people, but there's a feeling that we're all connected, and of course, everyone's just a normal person. If you say, "Oh man, why is that guy getting all this success?" But basically, everyone kind of wants everyone to be lifted up. I mean, in general, I think it's one of the more positive scenes that I know about. everyone really, in some way, you know, supports each other and listens to each other and wants to learn from each other. So this is the kind of energy that I always wanted to be around. So that's a big reason that I, you know, feel New York is home.
Chris, what have you been listening to lately? Some new things, and what are the new things that have been influencing you the most?
What I've been listening to recently? Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, since I've been here, I've been listening to a lot of Brazilian music, so it's all stuff you would know. I don't know. I mean, I'm always listening to different things, so it's like, especially now that we have streaming, you know, you can listen to anything at any time. So, yeah, the Meters, right? I was telling him about the Meters. You know, love, you know, the amazing funk band from New Orleans. You know, and then I've been listening to, you know, some of the Milton Nascimento records that I hadn't checked out as much. But also, you know, recently, Wu-Tang Clan and Yes, you know, the band Yes. Messiaen, you know, the French composer Messiaen. You know, so I'm always listening to a lot of different things. So it's hard to even say. It's a constant thing now. You know, you get this information and then you never know how it will come out of the horn.
I have